Kevlaring up, just everyone ready to fight. No raid bosses here, unfortunately. Always like to see that, but not today.
Where the P250's at, man?
I know.
I hate seeing this.
All Kevlars.
Yeah. It's so reliant on hitting the shots. And you're at a disadvantage because everywhere you go, it's long range before you can like swarm the bomb site. But I mean, already they get the dink on Dupree, so what do I know?
1 minute 15. Olof around Ivy for the moment. Maybe one by one looking for a pick by JW, closing a distance now. Maybe going to try and pull CTs out of position. Not really going to happen though, although there is a full rotation now into B. They've spotted a bomb, I presume, on Flusher. Device waiting for opportunities, and indeed, the one taps are indeed real. Where the P250's at?
The concept is very simple when it comes to pistol rounds. Glocks have advantage close range, USPs have advantage long range, so if you're on the T side, you want to somehow get a chance to have close range battles, plant the bomb down and win the round that way. That's why people buy utility, that's why the smoke grenades are there, and the Molotovs and the flashes, right, to enable you to close that gap and get into their face. And if you don't have utility, then you're basically just relying on either a rush or just like hitting some very, very thick shots.
Yeah, and against Astralis, they're probably going to be able to hit their shots. And we can see that they're not even struggling really here against pistols either.
The thing is, like, I can't understand, because even getting one person to buy utility can be enough. It can be all you need. Like, if you want to go B, it just might be enough. You throw a smoke, you throw a Molotov into connector, and maybe that buys enough time for your team to rush into back of site and close that gap. But this way, it's like, I don't know.
And also the other thing too,
it's very strange to me,
is that you sort of hedge your bets a bit. You can create a situation where you can at least, and again, nothing is a guarantee, but you can make it much more likely that you can get a bomb plant. And then you have some security that if you lose the rounds, that things aren't horrible. You can keep the pressure up pretty quickly. Whereas CTs don't really have that opportunity because they don't get the same. It's not the same game mechanic of getting extra money even if you lose the rounds.
Also, if you go yard like they did, you can just basically negate one of the angles you're getting shot from, and it does make a huge difference where you're getting shot from, for example, 3 or 2 different directions. But they get punished for it. Maybe that was their lesson. Now they're most likely going to be 3-0 down.
Yeah, all Glocks again. Looking for an opportunity, a window into the A bomb site with the bomb. Problem is, Kiabi and Device's positioning doesn't allow for a bomb plant. One of them has to go down. And if it's not Kiabi, then it's going to be hard to get the bomb planted. No kills in that round. I think they got, what, 2 or 3 kills in the 3 rounds? They got 2 kills. Okay, so money's good for Astralis. Haven't had to buy up that much beyond full armor in round 2. Device on the AWP. Getting things off to a good start. Fnatic with... they've got enough utility, enough smokes, just the one Molotov. Don't pay enough attention to the use of team Molotovs on train, so I might keep a focus on that for this match. Device on the high ground. Will it be flashed from the low ground by a teammate? Going through the flames. 5 HP, gets away with it. And again, he can play at the back of A, back of B, so he's okay. As long as he's alive with the AWP, he is definitely a problem. Olaf Meister creeping up. Does he have the angle advantage though? Ooh. Didn't realize he could be so deep. Gets the kill regardless. 3 on 3 now. Bomb moving in towards A.
Yeah, really good position to work from. Astralis really, really strained at the moment on the bomb train. Very nicely done though between Glaive and Zipex. A very good situation for Astralis. Now they have 3 players who are very low, so that could be an issue. But Dennis will be spotted straight away. That was really nice considering that they got pushed all the way onto the bomb train there, and it can get really awkward, but they took their fights very well.
I mean, it also shows you the level of team play and composure they have. Even when confined to such a small space, they're still able to cover for each other and set up good crossfires. So maybe that was a small mistake from Kirby in that round. After they had the advantage, He should have probably just used his smoke to smoke off Ivy and play for information after that, but Olof didn't manage to do much more besides getting that kill onto him. And you can see the early aggression from both teams. I mean, especially Astralis, Device aggressive towards that upper ramp on B, and also Dupree getting inside Pop Dog with that UMP that he had from the previous round, manages to get one kill.
Dupree accidentally forced a Negev, so things might get interesting if one of the T's makes their way into CT spawn. M4 picked up, dropped though. Glaive doing the damage with the second AWP. Olof and Flusher remain looking for a second kill. Not going to happen in this round though, so it's a monstrous start from Astralis. Money is only going up at this point. JW's got money for an AWP. I'm sure he'll buy one. Team on around 6k now, maximum loss bonus. So better buy is to come. Again, still low on the kill counts. 2 players, Device and Zipex, yet to be picked off. Device changing his approach again. We're not seeing flashes there consistently. So we're seeing the peeking from the AWPers again in that position. Went away for a while, but now it pays off. Olof Meister will be ready for Kiabi. Coming out close, catches him with a grenade in his hands. There's at least one kill for Astralis.
Yeah, a lot of mind games going on in some of these flash situations. And Astralis in such a good position, and they should be able to work out too. Or even if they can't work out exactly what's happening, they can try to play safe against in this kind of a situation. It's a very fast kill from Crims. That's exactly what was required if Fnatic to take over this bomb site. Smoke will allow the CTs to get out of connector though, but you can see that Crims is moving forwards. It doesn't want to allow these CTs a safe passage through this choke point. Pop flash play. They will hear the underhand throw. And now they're worried. Just buying time is Crims. Not pushing with it, but he's doing enough at the moment. Just holding these CTs at bay whilst the time ticks away. That said, time is definitely of the essence now. There is a flank coming from Dupree.
Crims containing the remainder of the players. Not expecting Device, but there's not much Device can do. He can't win the round anymore. It was nice from Crims. He knows when he throws that flashbang that they will hear it being primed. So he doesn't follow behind it in case of a spray or anything. It's much safer for him just to hold the angle and be a nuisance. His sheer presence there was enough to contain Astralis for a very long time and pretty much make the round unwinnable once that third frag comes in.
That was again interesting decision from Zipex to stay on Pop Dog even when they were in a 4v3 situation. That is a bit of an off angle, so I guess he was just super confident in his ability to get the first kill and then fall back, but I don't think there was any reason for him to play that close up. Should have just probably played for info and then defended then play the retake situation, right? Because this way he allowed his death, him dying so quickly allowed Crims to gain that ground and get into Astralis' face.
Device he'll be a good AWPer to watch on train at the major when you got the Go TVs on the go. I learned some new angles for me watching him AWPing up and down the trains. So again, very aware, studying the best AWPers in the game to become one himself. Knows many or most of the angles. Sub 1 minute now for Fnatic, looking for their second round. Still got a reasonable amount of utility, and it seems the execute will be towards A. Olof Meister's alert won't pay off in this occasion.
Yeah, that's a very nice catch by Kirby, and that's one less angle to worry about. And they can just focus their attention on Pop Dog, on team main, and Astralis have a very strong position to have a good defense here. 30 seconds to go as the bomb plant is beginning to come in. And there it is. It's now planted as Crims tries to sneak amongst the smoke here, looking for those angles, those CTs lurking around here somewhere. Crims with the spray, can't quite find a connection though, as his position is now quite known and the time is ticking away. Still a lot of time for the CTs to get into position here. Kirby with another very good frag here, moving all the way from alley. And the defense starts to collapse here for Fnatic, and there's nothing Flusher can do to stop this defuse from coming in. Just going to try to survive. It's not a good situation. You win a round, and you get reset, and only one Flusher manages to keep his AK, but that's a small consolation.
That was great play from Kirby. First, he gets the kill on Olofmeister, doesn't get caught off guard by that push through the smoke, and then makes a great call to push Ivy, actually, and get on that fast flank. It was a little bit risky, but his teammates were aware of it. They managed to stay alive, buy him enough time, and that was the round-winning rotation.
He's getting cut down once again. Flusher hasn't been able to get his AK in the game just yet. JW is close to Kiabi's position. Not sure if he can take him by surprise. That's going to pull his attention away. Olofmeister picking up an AWP. JW's been spotted though, so maybe Kiabi can clean up. And now he knows what is safe and what's unsafe. Olofmeister creeping. Surely the scope is heard as well. Kiabi, oh, has he seen the barrel? Surely he's seen the barrel. There we go. 2 versus 3. Bomb more needs to be connected at some point around the main area. Perhaps Flusher can do that. Indeed, he'll do it now. It's tough when you have to concede your position. And again, Olofmeister's position is important because it does cut the site in half diagonally, so there is a chance to plant if Flusher can, if Olofmeister can hold that position. However, dupreeh and Zipex both on the bomb train, so they're aware of the control as well offered by Olofmeister's position. Now, how does Flusher get back into A?
He's found a way. Positioning from Astralis, though, is still pretty good to be able to respond to anything safely. And also not putting anything to chance, just sitting connector where they know that their backs are not at risk. And that's a very nice shot there from Olofmeister. I don't know if he has time to save this, so 15 seconds to go. Oh, if he only had one more bullet, perhaps he gets the kill there, and he will not be able to do so. Zipex finishes him off with the USP and denies the round for Fnatic. 1 round for Fnatic now, 7 for Astralis. The lead continues to mount.
7-1, that is a landslide start to the first match between these two sides. Again, the second one is going to be Inferno. But it's a struggle for Fnatic at the moment, and now they have a lot less utility. Will we see the flashbang in this position? Doesn't seem so. But it's Zipex on this occasion. Device continuing to keep the T side on their toes, not being predictable, not playing the same position every round. On this occasion, he's over towards connector. 2 people in B for Astralis for the time being. Olof making his way away from Ivy, where Kiabi's holding things down. So now Fnatic have 1 smoke, 1 flash, and 1 high explosive grenades. As you can see, they've made their way into main again. JW taking a lot of damage though. 3 players left for Fnatic, and again, I think it's going to be really hard to get anything done here.
Yeah, it really feels like they lost too many men at this point, but maybe they can just dazzle with the shots, but perhaps not. The grenades are coming in, the shots coming from Astralis. Their defense holds incredibly strong. Not much you can do against that from Fnatic's perspective. And perhaps Astralis are just showing that you can't just play these basics against them. You have to mix things up a little bit. You have to get a bit creative.
What is the loss bonus for Fnatic at the moment? Okay, it's going back up again. Just that 1 round. So horrible. Well then. No grenades. They've got some more pistols though. And I don't know how much they can get out of economic damage at this point. There's an opportunity though. It's swiftly taken away by Zipex. Then it's asking questions, which are answered by dupreeh, leaving Olofmeister and JW alone. And they won't be long for this round. 9-1. Fnatic back on the buy. They didn't spend much in that round. The AKs are out once again, and all the utility, but do they have a plan behind it? Look how much the money's growing for Astralis.
Yeah, I wonder. I mean, at the moment, we haven't really seen maybe even Fnatic's playbook at all at this point. So let's see if things change in this round. Oh, we get a 3-man push. They're coming in onto the inner area from Astralis. That's a bit of a surprise for Crims. They go 1 for 1. Perhaps not what they wanted, but it is definitely workable. And interestingly, that might be something that helps Fnatic so much, because look at what JW's done here. In knowing there's a 3-man push there, he has a window of opportunity to push out onto the yard in an unknown position. He can make a big play here. He's going through the smoke, and he could be able to win the round here for his team. There's one quick frag on the bomb train, and now he's got a very forward position, and Fnatic are very ahead in this round. Perhaps undone by their 3-man push on the inner area just earlier. Okay, that's one way to do it. Device picking up a nice kill there, and it seems to be working out for Astralis. What is happening? Oh my god.
They're all dead then.
They are.
Device really lucky not to get traded there by JW. And that leaves Dennis in a really difficult position. But if anyone can, Dennis is one of them. Almost lined up for him. 2 ducks in a row, but he couldn't get a fatal shot. So it's 10-1. 2 plays down for Astralis, but again, soon they may be running out of space to build more money. See Device with $14,000. He'll drop for his team. Spread the love, spread the wealth, as they say. If you ever see somebody with a plate of chicken wings, just say share the wealth and grab one. Don't wait for an answer. That's what I do. 10-1. AK's out once again for Fnatic. They got a plant, and that will help them get a buy for this round. Almost 2 for Device, but again, it'll just be Crim's this occasion. W soon picked off. Fnatic being removed from the round like a scab on a knee by Astralis. And again, some damage done, better damage, but they're running out of rounds for that damage to really matter. Fnatic 1-11.
Also, Fnatic are running out of ideas here. You can see how they try to adjust by just going for a straight outer rush, but Astralis is doing just such a good job on the CT side of switching up their setups between going aggressive and playing passive. You could see a number of times Dupree was up close in their face. They were trying to spread around and do their default. Also towards Ivy, they had good aggression. You can see Glaive picking off Flusha. And then at times when Fnatic would go into an execute to maybe try and fight that, use all of their utility a bit later on, Astralis was just playing passive, saving their grenades and doing a good job of holding them off. So mostly just being one step ahead of Fnatic in this whole half.
See, this is how the deagle goes for me. That's my deagle, right there. Just succession of failures even.
I'm a sick deagle player.
I wish I was. I used to be. But I don't know where it went. I just don't know, Yanko.
Well, the injuries, they're told, James.
12-1. The bomb's moving towards Ivy. Does that suggest an A split, Yanko?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But again, you can see Astralis playing close up. I think they're in a two-ladder setup, perhaps. Can't really tell from here on the minimap. But that's a very potent setup to combat any split, because it's almost impossible to take Pop Dog, and you also have decent control of team mid. And I mean, those are the 2 most common areas of attack for the T. So Ivy is something that can be exploited. Let's see if Fnatic managed to do just that.
Device off to a good start, but instantly traded. Too many man coming through the Ivy position. Dupree moving out of Pop Dog. Maybe they think it's safe, but no, Glaive is still there. No T's on that way, though. Glaive's angle, maybe unexpected for Flusha. He'll get taken down. Kirby with a nice angle. They'll see the trajectory from Crims and position accordingly. Bomb, I don't think, has been spotted, though. On GW towards Ivy at the moment. Crims coming back to try and trade. Man, disadvantage for Fnatic at the moment. Zipex on a site. All the CTs here for the party. No instant trade there from Kirby. Unable to get into the angle in time. That leaves Zipex in a very tough spot.
This is what he does, though. Can he read this situation correctly? He's got the right angle. Will he hold this for long enough? Oh, back onto the angle. Perfect timing. That is Crim's dead. And now just JW spotted out now. He is pressured to go for the plant. Zipex with advantage. Shot missed by JW. And Zipex wins the 1v2. 13-1. Astralis can do no wrong in this game against Fnatic so far. And yeah, it does feel as though Fnatic have lacked some inspiration so far in this game of train.
Nice advantage there from Zipex there. He can see JW's legs. And pre-fire accordingly. Second orb now for Astralis in the last round of the first half. Zipex starting to back off, and again he can run distraction. While Glaze on the high ground, Flusher will give him a bit too much skin. Won't get punished for it. Ooh, position for the no-scope. However, it will be missed. JW picks up a gun. 2 Astralis players remaining.
JW has the Molotov as well, and there's no smoke here for Astralis, so they have a lot to worry about in this situation, but JW gets picked off straight away. That's a very big deal. No Molotov, at least for now. Dennis comes in though from behind and out rests onto Kirby. Could this be the second round here for Fnatic? Kirby, he can go for it. There's no concern with losing money here. They've got so much of it. Time is becoming a concern though to actually make this possible as he moves forwards now, looking for one of these remaining players, finds one, the flash comes in. He can just go for the hold now. Does he actually have time to go for this though? Does he have the time? Oh my goodness, that is just horrible for Fnatic. Another round just stolen.
Where's Dennis? Did we see how close he was? Or that's impossible now.
You can see on the radar, he's like in the middle of the train almost.
Yeah, he wasn't like super close it seems, but what can you say about this one? An extremely dominating performance from Astralis. You can see Dupree had most kills and a lot of assists, and he is the pop dog player, highest ADR as well. So he did a lot of work for Astralis in that first half.
And we see some utility from Astralis on their C half. Zipex smoke molly, glaive, smoke flash flash. Even a cameo from a decoy. 14-1. I think decoys, I mean, I say that the only use for a decoy, really, is if you're an AWPer. But I think on Cash, for example, if you throw a decoy like you would a smoke into Z connector, you can actually block people coming out and give them, and kind of ruin their spawn timing. But enough about that. We've got Astralis moving into the B bomb site, pushing through to the CT side as well. Love these aggressive plays. Not overextending though. They've got some nice smokes down. They'll play around them.
Yeah, great position, at least securing that plant. Money in the bag. Can they get the round in the bag? Looking very good for that. 3 kills already. Only 1 trade coming back the way from Flusher as JW finally arrives onto the scene. But Flusher's in some trouble. He's spotted. He's in the corner right now. It's going to be able to make his way out. Doing a great job, actually, between him and JW. They may be able to pull this one off after all. They need to get it done now, though, as it's no kit. But they will be eliminated. Dupree storming back in. And that's 15-1. Astralis looking like they're having a very fun game right now.
And you can see the difference when you have utility and when you don't have any. Astralis uses those 2 smokes deep towards a lower ramp, and that disallows Fnatic to basically get any good long-range shots off. And you can see how much more difficult it is to go for that retake when the Glocks get in your face then.
Did you see where the Molotov went?
One went to higher
Okay.
at the beginning of the round.
Ooh.
I'm not sure. The other player had flashes, I think.
Yeah, there was only 1 Molotov.
Yeah, that went straight to upper in brown holes.
JW's pushed live. He needs to move a lot faster though because his team will need that extra man. The flanks coming in from Dennis. Flusher forced forward from that Molotov at the back of the bomb train. And there are more Molotovs to come. It seems they know all the usual positions. And there'll be no place to hide for these CTs. 3 on 3 though. Dennis close, but he can't get the fatal shot onto Glaive, leaving Crimson JW against match point. JW can't see Kiabi through the smoke. Crimson's there though with a 2D.
Is that a common Molotov? Like back of train and then
I haven't really seen those mollies on execute so much.
Yeah, I haven't seen it that often. I feel like I've seen it before,